Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is another episode of the Raycasted game in C++ series, and in this video we are going to make our graphics effects that we added in some of our previous videos and make it work with the textured raycaster that we created in the last video. So if you remember, we finalized our textures. So if I open up my project directory and run make, for example, you can see that our textures are working and we are getting the texture everywhere. However, the fog effect and the other effects that we added, like fog and lighting and shading, those are not working at all, and everything is just flat. So now we need to make that work with this one as well. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty simple video. So let's open up render.cpp, and inside of this, to begin, I'm going to go down here, and yeah, we have got a bunch of things here. Let's first of all go down here, and you can see there, this is where we are calculating our fog basically. So what we do is we calculate our fog and our shade like this. So for the shade we just multiply it with the color, and for the fog we take 1 minus fog percentage multiplied by color plus fog percentage multiplied by fog color. So we'll leave the fog out for now. Let's go ahead and focus on the shade first. So we have got that. In the end, when we draw our target wall sprite, before we do that, we are going to say wall sprite dot set color, and this will allow us to set a like overlay color. So I'm going to just say 255 multiplied by shade, and yeah, it will allow us to basically set a color that the actual color of the texture will be multiplied by. So we can use this quite easily. So we can say 255 multiplied by shade on every axis, like that. And let's go ahead and run this. So if I run make right now, you should see is that what you should see is that we have got our shading kind of working right now. So you can see that the walls on the these walls are kind of a bit darker, and the walls that are far away are also darker compared to the walls that are, you know, closer to the player. You can kind of see it that it is working somewhat, and yeah, you can see that those walls are darker. So that is working, and while that is working, but we have got a problem, which is that our fog is still not working. So we are going to have to make our fog work. Now the problem is that our fog is supposed to add to the color, and by default there is no way to make the wall sprite add to the color. Now the best and most optimal way to do this would be to you not use the SFML sprite for drawing, but instead write our own custom shader, which will have the ability to draw the fog as well. And in fact, it might be better to just do raycasting on the GPU, but we won't be going down that route yet. We'll be using a simpler but less optimized solution, which is that we are going to go up here, and you can remember that we had a column here. So we used to create like a column depending on a column of rectangle earlier on. So we are using both sprite right now, but we are going to not remove that rectangle completely. So we'll go here, and with all of this, I'm going to actually take this and paste these here, and then let's go here, and I'm going to create an sf colon colon rectangle shape. uh, Actually, yeah, we have got these two variables. Let's also create an sf colon colon rectangle shape. Let's just call it column, and this column will represent basically what our this will represent the actual fog. So we'll go here, and we are setting our wall sprite dot position. We'll also set our column dot position to basically the same thing. So let's go here, and actually let's do this. So let's say column dot set position, and we're going to set this to I multiplied by column width, and wall offset on the, well, this is the position, so we'll set wall offset on the y. And we won't be setting the texture rect, of course, but we will say column dot set scale, and we will set its scale to be column width, and wall height, and we'll just say wall height, not wall height divided by texture or anything. And of course we don't need to set the texture coordinates, and I'm going to actually remove this from here, and we'll go down there, and we'll paste this like that. Now for the color of this column, we'll say column dot set color, set fill color, and for this color we will pass in an sf column column color, and inside of this we'll just say fog color dot r fog color dot fog color RGB. Basically we'll pass in fog color, but we'll change the alpha value. So we'll say fog color dot RGB, and for the alpha value we'll just pass in our fog percentage multiplied by 255, like that. and this will make it somewhat transparent, which will allow us to kind of get it. So this will become transparent, which means that we'll be able to kind of see the effect like we were doing earlier on. So after drawing the wall sprite, we are also going to draw this column. So let's go ahead and draw the column as well. Now a bit of a problem is that we need to go here and we need to also initialize with an sf colon vector 2f with, because the default size was 0, so we need to make sure we actually set the size to 1 so that when we apply the scale that is correct. So with that, if I go here and run this now, you should be able to see that we kind of start to get our fog here as well. And yeah, it looks pretty much good like it was looking earlier on. So we can get our fog, and as we get closer, the fog starts to get less more transparent and less opaque. So that means that our fog is working as well. So with that, we have got our basic system for having these textures working. And in the next video we'll start with the next thing. And the biggest problem that's still remaining is that well, first of all, we need to also have textured floors and textured ceilings. And the second thing is that currently what we have got here, it's there's a small problem, which is that our that map loading from image system that we created, now that's completely invalid because we don't have any colors anymore. So we'll have to basically recreate our map loading and saving system. Perhaps we'll have to create a map editor as well. So you don't want to miss all of that, so you should probably like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this video with other people as well. And